Now here, I mean, I'm a little bit worried that the king can get ensnared, no?
Well, if black's pawn was on c4, sure. But
yeah, that might be the key. So if I could go bishop to e7, c5, and c4.
It's actually not a bad idea.
The plot thickens.
Wait, bishop e7, there's rook f7.
And then king e8 or king e6.
Yeah, but bishop e7, king e6. He has played knight f4. Okay, inviting knight c5. Okay. King f7, rook b8. This is not that easy anymore.
I mean, his h-pawn is far advanced, so 3 seconds for Ray, rook f5.
Oh, excuse me.
What's after rook g3? Oh, there's bishop b8. It's not really a pin, though. Rook g2 check. I'll get out of the pin.
Okay, but at least b7 is hanging. The bishop will at least patrol the long diagonal.
Suddenly the a-pawn starts to run.
On a good day. Rook, again, kudos to Ray. He's making it very, very hard.
Fabi now down to 31 seconds when he had a great lead on the clock, but now
it's getting nervous.
It's not so secure, and he's dropped his bishop back.
It's getting nervy time.
Still a good position for him.
Bishop b8. The bishop is ready to patrol this h2 diagonal.
Now he's got to find rook f3, and he has.
So we got to take a pawn, right? Knight takes b7.
I don't think we have time. h3. How do we catch that pawn?
I was going to take and go rook h5.
But the pawn will be on h2.
Yeah, that's the bad news.
He has taken.
He captured right away. He's got knight d3. If you take with the bishop, knight d3 is embarrassing.
Well,
you
h3,
have to.
You might still be okay.
Knight takes f4.
And he's taken with the rook, and you can see that Fabi's feeling that now. Ray, under 10 seconds, has played rook h5.
Give me the... And he's...
Bishop g7, pretty much.
Obliged. But he has managed to make Fabi's life that much more difficult. He put his rook behind.
He can't play h3 anymore. How do you get to even get h3 up the board?
I got to go king f7, king g6. Only
that too.
I got to kick. Whoa, rook g5.
King f7 was
How
coming.
much time did he have when he played
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, I get nervous when I have 5 minutes on the clock.
Me too.
2 seconds. Was that a good move though? Rook g5. No.
I mean, it's losing either way.
There goes that pawn.
It looks bad. Now suddenly it looks just really bad. The pawn is too strong. Rook e2 check.
And he keeps sitting up in his chair, nervous as ever, as he knows his clock is ticking down. He's played the check, and he's finally taken a pawn. He's equalized the material balance. But
the h-pawn is motoring up the board. Rook to h4?
You can't even push a4.
No. And the bishop ensnaring the knight. There's even ideas of king e7 just to make sure that that knight never moves.
Well, knight c5 will be playable, right?
Ah, thank you. Yes, indeed.
But the pawn's unstoppable. h2, rook g4, rook g1.
Okay, but I get to go check in the meanwhile.
You can pick up all the pawns.
Yay! I will be the moral victor.
Smart move.
King e7 stops knight here.
And now the major threat you mentioned, Nazi, h2 followed by rook. That's going to be done. Rook g4, rook g1. So the king has to actually come over to help.
King d2.
This isn't too slow.
h2, king e2. Yeah, it's hard to believe that I'll be in time. Ray didn't believe it. Knight to c5.
Got a protected passer on h2, and now the knight coming back.
I would keep my bishop. Bishop back. Keeps the pawn under control.
Ray under terrific pressure.
Well, here,
16 seconds left.
Can I potentially sacrifice my knight?
It's still lost. Black has c6 and d5.
Good point, but he's got to try it. Knight e1. Ray has almost no time. He's been playing on increment for...
By the way, his knight just did one of those swirly moves.
Yes.
It seems that happens to him when he's under pressure.
Yeah, the swirly knight move. Knight is going to come to f3. Rook goes to g2 check, and then rook is going to go, I'm assuming,
so he has to sacrifice on the next move.
Yep, king b3. Well, hold on. Does he have to sacrifice?
Why does he sacrifice? There's no rook g1.
Right.
We play rook g3.
What about bringing his king up?
Well,
although that a pawn is...
Rook g3, rook takes h2. I'm not feeling terrible.
Really?
I'm losing.
c5.
Ooh, c5 is nice.
c5.
I guess a4?
He's going to play c4 and take
check.
the pawn.
So maybe let's go a4, c4, king a2.
Makes sense. No time for Ray.
Yeah, but then your pawn is isolated.
Good.
Right.
And the king is trapped.
Exactly.
A4.
You can bring your king. That's you can bring your king over into the sector. The a pawn is going nowhere.
Good point.
So don't just keep pushing your pawn.
It's like white's pieces are frozen on
white's pieces also with problems, not being able to move.
Exactly. Ray is pushed,
but that pawn looks like a potential victim.
Yeah, more liability at this moment.
Not liability, victim. Actually going to die.
2 seconds.
Whoa, rook.
A1.
Behind your pawn.
Rook g1. No.
That means he's ready to potentially sack his knight. But actually, how do you get him to sack his knight?
King b7, a6, king a7.
That's it.
Kings are great blockaders of passed pawns.
That last move played with only 2 seconds on Ray's clock.
c4 check. Even king b5 in c4. How about them apples? That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
I love king b5. No,
Okay.
rook f3.
Knight is being challenged.
Why are you allowing a6?
We're taking the knight.
And then rook f8?
Correct.
3 seconds, 2.
Oh,
There
boy.
goes the knight.
And now Fabi taking that, and that pawn is not going anywhere. That's just hope.
Rook h8 and actually c4 check.
First.
Yeah, c4 check. And king b6.
Because king b6 is coming anyway, so c4 check wins on the spot.
He's done it.
King
And
b6 next. King b6 on any move, and Fabi is the victor.
Yes. He's putting the finishing touches on a topsy-turvy, but nonetheless, a victory nonetheless. King
to
a4.
a4.
Give me the pawn. Rook takes b2.
What's wrong? Yeah, rook b2 also does the job. I was just wondering what's wrong with king b6, but you're right. Why?
Yeah. King b6 is great, but I like rook takes b2.
The only problem with rook takes b2, a7.
King b7.
Rook d1.
Rook b3. No, it's not checkmate. I was going to play rook b3 and checkmate. I'll take the pawn. He has played bishop c5, by the way, saying, that pawn's not going anywhere. I've got you covered.
That's a good little technical move right there.
That was a goodie. b4. A little swirl by Ray. En passant.
Then at this point, Ray's hoping for some stalemates, but...
No. Ray's hoping to trade off the last pawn.
Oh.
c4.
If somehow c4 could come on the board.
I didn't even think of that.
Fabi needed to actually take that pawn. I was thinking that pawn on c4 was doing a great job at keeping white's king on a...
And here he comes. Look at this.
The game flares anew.
It completely changed thanks to Fabi's misstep, which we thought was great. Suddenly, the engine...
Okay, bishop f2.
The engine did not think that c takes b3 was the way to play.
No. Certainly not. That c4 pawn was doing a great job at restraining the king.
How do we trade this pawns? As soon as we play c4, there's always d4.
That's a good point.
So it still should be completely winning, right?
No, but how do you actually make progress with black? You have to take something or attack something. Your pieces are suddenly doing defensive duty.
Rook a8, bishop b6, bishop b6.
Well, remember, rook f5, c4 may be possible.
Rook.
If your rook leaves. If you play rook a8, can I play rook f5?
Yes.
5 seconds for Ray.
And there it is.
F5.
Rook is now on f5.
Setting up for the c4.
Well, there's rook h3. You can't play c4 yet. But if you go rook a8, then yes.
Right, but that's the point. How does black actually make progress?
Okay.
Black can stop white from trading down, but black has to make progress too. I don't think Fabi played this the best way.
No, I'm sure he's still winning, but you're right. He's made life a lot more difficult for himself.
Good thing that draw is enough for him.
Well, he'll be very frustrated, though. If he only draws this, he will be frustrated.
No, I think he's got this. So that was a really good check. Can I play rook to b5 here?
You can.
Rook to b5,
Then
rook to a5.
I'll play king d3. Oh, sweet.
Yes. You understood that once you put your king on d3, my rook is on a5. All your c4 moves are going to be met with rook a3.
Fabi found
And he found
idea.
it. Yeah, nice maneuver by, well, what we think will be our tournament winner. And Ray's been playing on increment
2
for
seconds. Just
20
made
minutes.
There is just a waiting game because he can play king b3 when you play rook a5.
That's funny. You're right, though. He can.
The win is not at all clear, if there even is one.
There
Rook
has to be,
A4.
right?
Yeah, it
just has to be.
King
Why?
b3, nonetheless.
Now, can you find it with 30 seconds? That's a different
That's
question.
a different question. Okay, here I
There's
have
got
a
to be
check.
some maneuver that wins.
I
Yeah.
have a check. What else?
Oh,
King b5.
okay. Bring your rook back.
If you go rook here, I go king takes a6.
Ooh, c4 still? d4.
No, it takes with check.
Takes
Don't
with
mess
check.
that up.
The rook on h5 will be hanging.
Oh, 5 seconds for Ray.
Ooh.
Rook h5, king a6.
King a6. There goes the Peshki.
Yeah, I think.
Stole the pawn.
That's it. That's all she wrote. That's an easy one. Now we get to go rook c5 and bishop a5. That makes it simple.
Not according to the engine.
Not a good. It still work.
It still works.
It still works.
I don't know
can't
how it's
believe
worked.
it. I don't believe it. I
It
thought
still works.
we're a whole piece up. Come on.
Okay. The last couple of moves did do it, though.
C4 on the board. This is the last moment of truth.
d4?
D4.
I mean, d takes c. Might
But no, I'm
also
playing
win, but
D4
yeah,
100%.
just to keep it alive.
There's no way I'm not playing D4. Then I've got the pawn protected. Come
he
on.
took?
He took it.
Wow.
It's still winning. It's still winning.
Okay, so check.
No, but
And
you can't.
king C3?
There's nothing you can do there.
It's not.
Rook c5 will come.
Ray
can't
just
play king
casually
C3.
making moves with 1 second.
Right.
Check.
5.
Get back.
Drop the rook. It's over.
Yeah, now we get
That's
to play
resignation.
C3.
Fabi will
Fabi.
be the sole champ. Okay, it's not over yet, but it's over. C3 is threatened. Once that pawn lands on C3, protected fully.
There you go.
That's it. And Fabi has done it.
Remarkable. I mean, he has had a fabulous 2024. It's just fantastic. U.S. champion. Fischer Random champion.
Just 9 Alexi.
What else would you
There's
like him
one
to
game
play?
still going on.
By the way,
Are
look
they?
at Ray. Ray is still not happy as Fabi, the champ,
Congratulations.
walks out knowing that he won it all.